Across the Spider-Verse gives us all kinds of heroes and villains. And I wanted to know for you, what does it mean to see Marvel movies, being bolder and more inclusive with their messaging?
I think it's great. It's art imitating life, and it looks a lot like the world we live in today. So it's representation is important.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And also, we saw the Black Lives Matter pins in Gwen's room. They protect trans kids. That was really important to a lot of people. What do you hope that fans will take away from, those little, you know, those little thoughtful moments and tokens?
I mean, I hope that they pick up on them and see that they're in there because they absolutely are. And it feels so incredible to be a part of something that there are so many of those details that I don't believe will go unnoticed. Could hope anyway. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's all in the detail.
And a scene that I absolutely loved kind of catered to Miles and how he's deciding his truth. And I think there's a lot of universality in like harboring a secret and kind of deciding who you tell and who you trust. And I wanted to know, like, what do you hope audiences will take away from Gwen and Miles's bravery to, authentically be themselves?
That they should be themselves. That it's okay to be yourselves. That is, pay attention to that moral compass. That's kind of like this feels good. This feels wrong. Let's do what's right.
I think also, like in today's age, there's a lot of pressure to present yourself in a certain way. And it was nice to kind of see Gwen and Miles just be like, everybody's telling me to be some kind of version of myself or a type of person, but they just kind of go with what feels right at the end of the day. And also, it's Pride Month. Happy Pride. I don't know if you realised. But I kind of wanted to know, like, which Marvel characters do you think would most likely gatecrash a Pride event and just kind of get up to no good and show up?
Oh, I mean, this is. I would think both Kate Bishop and Gwen would make an appearance. I would love to see that anyway.
Like in the Pride flags?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think Miles would be up for that?
Maybe. I was saying Spider Punk in my mind.
Yeah.
He seems like the, yeah. You know what
He'll
I
show up put on a
mean?
show.
Yeah.
And last of all, one of the things I absolutely loved was the soundtrack. I mean, the last one, Sunflowers was everywhere. But with this one, we get, Post Malone, Jaden Smith, Nicki Minaj, putting music to Gwen and Miles' story. But I wanted to know, if you could choose, dead or alive, who would you like to have soundtrack your lives?
Whoa.
Biggie. I think Biggie would, yeah, paint the picture properly.
Is there any kind of particular era?
I like the Biggie. I mean, I only know one Biggie, to be honest. I play the greatest hits. And, there's obviously some that aren't in that album, but the way he tells stories is like, yeah. I think he could properly, accurately. When I write, I'm inspired by how Biggie writes, specifically. Or like Michael Jackson's Dirty Diana. It's like the same vivid type of picture.
I would say
You can't say yourself.
I would never. I would not. Maybe Tame Impala.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any particular reason?
I feel like there's something about. Oh, there's many things about his music. I feel like quite a few of his records represent really memorable parts of my life that I'll always hold on to. And every time I listen, it kind of brings me right back, but also never gets old. So I feel like it will continuously represent moments in my life to come.